Peace, peace, peace. What's going on? This is Kurt, and I'm back for another video. The topic of my video today is a very interesting topic. It is the topic of Haitian voodoo. Before I start the video, I want to just tell you guys I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys have been doing the practices that I gave you guys, whether it was calling forth the elements, whether it was absorbing solar light through your heart, whether it was separating your own consciousness, your own personality, your own identity from the breath. The practices are very important. The information is what gives you the motivation, the drive, the vision, the plan, the destination for your practice. But with no practice, you can't make no progress. And during a lot of consultations, one thing that always comes is the fact that when I speak to someone, they have no practice. They hear, they love the message, they love the information, they love everything, but you have no practice. With no practice, I can't help you. So do the practices. The videos are specifically made, even if I don't make them enough and I should make more, but the videos are specifically made with the intention of giving you practices that allow you to have your own breakthroughs, that allow you to go to the next level, that allow you to take information from there and put it together and just take your evolution further. I want to speak about Haitian voodoo because Haitian voodoo, even though you see it a lot, it's present in Hollywood, it's present on the internet. Everybody's talking about you know Legba, you know Bahon, you know Haitian voodoo is very misunderstood. People don't understand Haitian voodoo. First of all, Haitian voodoo is the science or the interpretation of the cosmic science of alchemy. That's what we have to understand. Alchemy is the science of seeking perfection, perfection or making matter divine. That's what alchemy is. Every people throughout the planet, throughout the times, had their own interpretation of alchemy. Not every spiritual system is based on reaching perfection. You have to be careful. But Haitian voodoo is a system of reaching perfection. It is a system that the native Taino people of Haiti left behind. It is their interpretation. That's another thing that people don't know about Haitian voodoo. In Haitian voodoo, most of our law, not if not all of our energies that we received are the native Taino law. The Haitian culture, even though it's not said in the mainstream, Haitian people consider themselves, we know where we come from. So that's one thing that I want to say about voodoo. Now, can you be initiated in Haitian voodoo? No, you cannot be initiated in voodoo, in Haitian voodoo. Why? Because Haitian voodoo is the cosmic science of alchemy. Let me repeat the word cosmic, the cosmic science of alchemy, which means you are already initiated in voodoo. You are already initiated in alchemy. Why is that? You spent 280 days in the darkness of your mother's womb. That 280 days serves as a mechanism for you to forget what and who you were prior to entering this realm, this reality. And by doing so, you are completely disconnected from what you didn't, from what you were, and you enter this realm. How you know where you're going and where you come from in Haitian voodoo, it's by your birth chart. Astrology, astronomy is heavy in Haitian voodoo. But astronomy and astrology is we don't use it the way other people use it and we don't understand it the way other people understand it. Astronomy and astrology is within your blood. Let me give you a small example. Let's say Mercury. The planet Mercury goes around the sun in 88 days. That's a child. That's the opener. That's when you're born. That's when you have no discrimination. Then, after Mercury, the fastest planet is Venus. So now the child that didn't mind being taken from hand to hand, from this parent to this friend of the family, all of a sudden he is aware of something. He only wants his mom, his dad, his grandma, and the rest he's scared. That's Venus. After Venus, you get the Earth. Oh, wait a second. The child realizes, oh, I have a body. This is my body. And so he develops his Earth aspect of astrology, his boundaries. Then the child, because he has a body, oh, this is mine, my toy, my room, my mom, mine, mine. That's the Mars energy. Then after Mars, long and long and long, and then the child goes to the Jupiter aspect of the energy, which is Jupiter. So you have the four personal planets, and then the fifth one, the apex of the pyramid. Pyramid, Jupiter, fire, puberty. The fire, they say in numerology, oh, five is the number of transformation. Yes, because five is associated with the fire of Jupiter, which is puberty, which is the fire of transformation. Then you reach puberty, you're 16, 17, and you're like, you know what, man, I can't keep, you know what I'm saying? I can't keep bringing girls to my mom's house. I gotta find my own place. That's the Saturn aspect. So Saturn is after Jupiter. It's the stability. It's forging your own home. On and on and on. So let's say that the sun and the moon are the two eyes, one masculine, one feminine, looking at existence. The planets represent nine various approaches and speeds, vantage points at which those situations, problems of existence can be apprehended. Imagine we're at a family function and there's a fire. This fire represents the self, what we call ourself. The fire is protected, nobody could get hurt. So now the child is running around the wrong. Now we have a game. Let's run around the fire. Who's going to run fastest around the fire? It's going to be the child. Why? That's Mercury. He has no baggage. Venus, oh, a bit slower. She has a lot of baggage. Mars, a bit slower. He has more baggage. On and on till Pluto. Pluto takes 200 something 40 years to go around the sun. Why? That's the older person. That's the grandpa. He has a lot of baggage. But the fire represents our identity, our self, the me. Now, one planet is not better than the other planet. What the planets represent, they represent different perspectives, different speeds, different ways, different outlooks, different intelligences that we use to solve the problems of existence. That's what Voodoo is. So when you are aware of your birth chart, you have to understand something else. The difference between a god in Voodoo and a loi. A god, when you go to a Haitian Voodoo ceremony and you see someone getting quote unquote mounted or possessed, that's a god. But a god comes from your bloodline. Why? 280 days of darkness, that's the initiation. Then you come here to learn something. You come here to reach perfection. This perfection is your alchemy. But just like when you're building a player in 2K, you need certain personality traits. You need to have, oh, I have to be a get money, I have to be able to get girls, or I have to be able to be a peaceful person, I have to be able to open doors. So you have a God Ogu, God Legba, God Erzuli Freda, God Erzuli Dantor. Those gods are people that were in your bloodline, in your family, who passed on. But when they passed on, they were masterful at the energy the principles of a certain energy. So let's say you had an uncle, he was masterful at the principles of the Ogu energy. So now, astrally, when he passes, he is crowned and his astral name is Ogu. So when you come to my house and we're calling Ogu, we're calling our Ogu. Now, what the God does is you and him have an exchange. So every planet that you have in your birth chart and every sign represents a spirit guide. It can represent a spirit guide, pardon me. But you have to figure out how many spirit guides you have based on your mission. So the God doesn't want to come back down there, back down in this realm. But at the same time, they haven't acquired enough light, enough energy, enough intelligence to evolve. So what they say, okay, you're going back to Earth. I don't want to go back down there, but I'm going to anchor my Ogu energy. I'm going to anchor my Legba energy. I'm going to anchor my Dantor energy to able to help you with your mission. In return, while you will evolve my energy to a higher octave, I'll be able to evolve through you and go to the next level. So your first layer of ancestors that you owe something to, if you want to be positively accurate, is the ones in your birth chart, the ones who are anchoring the energy that are allowing you to do your mission. They are the ones that you actually owe something to. First and foremost, they are your real ancestors, the ones in your birth chart. Now, your general ancestors in Haitian Voodoo, we apprehend them through Papa Legba. Papa Legba is the face of the faceless ancestors. So when we feed Legba, Voodoo is a multi-dimensional affair, meaning that you might see your uncle or your aunt and they know nothing, they're not as spiritual as you, but the higher part of themselves is actually a law. So when we're feeding the God, the law is like the sun, but the relay between the sun and you is the God. So let's say Mars is the divine object. In the astral realm, you need someone to take the energy from Mars all the way to you. That's the god Ogu. Now, to be to be able to feed all aspects, the physical, the psychic, the emotional, the astral, the divine aspects of us, the voodoo ceremony takes place. And in the voodoo ceremony, every single aspect, whether divine, whether astral, whether physical, whether psychic, of the people in the family and the specific bloodline is being fed. That's what voodoo is. Now, the other part I want to speak about when it comes to voodoo is that voodoo is not and has zero to do with the church. What is the church? Essentially, the Catholic Church is like a record label or record labels. The indigenous people in the Americas, aka who they call the black people in the Americas, invented hip hop. But who's making the trillions of dollars? Who's making the billions of dollars? It's the record labels. It's the people that own the masters. It's the people that own the publishings, not the artists, not the originators. So, in the same way, let's say the group that invented hip hop, they were divinely connected to the planet Mercury. And through their connection to the planet Mercury, they were getting inspiration, and that allowed them to bring hip hop down here. What the record label does is like, oh yeah, we're gonna take advantage of your skill, of your creativity, of all your sweat equity, but we're gonna reap the financial and the physical benefits. In the same way, that's a Dambala Veve. You have a god Dambala. Dambala in Voodoo, his divine source of energy is in the sun. So there's a god Dambala, a person in your ancestry who reached a level high enough. So let's say Dambala or the son is like a trillionaire, a multi-trillionaire, right? He has a company, but he's not gonna come down, to interact with you. He's gonna send a regional manager, somebody that represents the brand. In the same way, the divine quote unquote energy has a god. Now the problem is when you use the picture of a saint, what you are actually doing is you are allowing the Catholic Church to take what is your birthright and to feed off of it. Because remember, the loi at the core is an energetic source. They're giving an energetic source. It is a entity that gives an energetic source, and the God, which is the intercessor, brings that source to you. So it's like you have your grandpa or your grandma sending you money every month, but the Catholic Church comes and says, you know what? Hey, you don't need to, you could send your money to my account. And so you send your money to the Catholic Church's account. And what do you know? You have nothing. Why? Because they say, oh, you could, there's syncretism, I don't know the word, syncretism, and you could synchronize bullshit. It doesn't exist. It doesn't make sense. How can I have a bank account, which is my VV? Why is it my VV? Because this states you belong to a family, you belong to a bloodline. And based on this bloodline's inheritance and based on this bloodline's work, connections, anterior lives, past lives, whatever you want, you are born with this connection to Dambala. You are born with this connection to Erzuli. You are born with this connection to La Sirène. And it is your birthright to receive this energy. It is your birthright to receive the energy of hip hop. It is your birthright to receive the energy of how to make R&B. But you know what? Nah, we're gonna take that shit from these niggas. That's what the church is. So they try to use this. Oh, back in the slavery days, and you had to. No, it seems plausible, but when you think about it, it is not plausible. And the other thing about it is that every single picture of the saints that they try to make you use to receive the divine energy from the law. So let's say this is your God Dambala. He needs specific tools and he needs an environment to receive the energy to bring it to you. Well, whenever the picture of the saint that they make you use, all the attributes of the saint contradict the attributes that the God needs. So the environment cannot even be created. So that creates an astral realm between the saints and the God, because the saints work for the church. Jamie Foxx did 2 movies on that subject. One was called Project Power, where there was those people used to be taken, they took pills, and those pills would give them superpowers, but those pills represented the saints connecting or using the images of saints to connect with the power of the law. But because it's not their fucking power, that you don't know what it's going to do, and it's going to create a lot of chaos. And the other movie was Day Shift, where he was cleaning the genetic pool from the vampires, which is the Catholic Church and the saints. So what that means is that when you baptize your children, when you use the Psalms, and I'm just saying that I'm talking about specifically Haitian voodoo. I'm not talking for nobody else, no other tradition. I'm talking about Haitian voodoo. Haitian voodoo, if you think about the Haitian Revolution, you would have a bit of common sense to understand everything church, everything Catholic is the total enemy of Haitian voodoo. You putting the picture of a saint to represent Ogu is like a slap in the face for the God and for the energy. That's what we sacrificed our lives for. That's what we shed our blood for, to go against that. But you think I don't know what this crazy brainwashing that all of a sudden Ogu is gonna come through a fucking Catholic saint. Come on, it doesn't make sense. So now, when you baptize your children, when you eat the blood of, and you drink the blood of, and you eat the body of, what you're doing is you're welcoming the Catholic Church or the Christian Church into your bloodline. So you're giving them a right to the divine energy that you're supposed to receive. It's like I have my brother, and I have a friend that my brother doesn't like. This person can never come into my house. My brother's like, as long as I'm here, he's not coming. He has no right. But guess what? The moment that I put the saint picture, now my brother, which is my god Ogu, I have opened the door. Automatically, I have opened the door because I have as much right as my brother. Now the god can't say anything. But what the fuck you think he's gonna do? He's just gonna leave. Fuck that nigga. I don't want to be around that nigga. I told you I don't like that nigga. That's what's happening. People are asking what's happening in Haiti. Well, it's a war between Vaudou and Freemasonry and the Catholic Church and all these other orders that people try to synchronize with Vaudou because they want to connect with the divine energies coming from Bahon, coming from Dambala. They have no source of reception. That's why they have to come and vampire off of the Vaudou energies, just like the record labels do, just like you know the drill. So that's what I had to say about the the saints. There's no saints in Voodoo. We don't use saints. The only thing you could use to call a god, remember, what you see in a Voodoo ceremony is a god, and every family has their own Bahon, their own Dambala, their own Erzuli, their own Bosu, their own god. It is a family affair. It is a ancestral alchemy. Now, the other aspect, the other thing that I wanted to touch on when it comes to voodoo, when you see on the internet, oh, Ogu eats such and such. Oh, this is the offering for Dambala. You have to be careful. There's the God, and then there's the Loa. The God eats, the Loa doesn't eat. The offering for the Loa, so let's say Dambala, for example. Dambala, they say we have a bed of flour with an egg, and we drizzle some honey on top of the egg. In Zen Buddhism, they call that a koan. A koan is a riddle. The egg, the honey, and the flour, they're all components in a formula. And that formula is a door, an esoteric door that you have to solve to be able to go to the next level, to open the door. So once you solve this riddle, you'll say, oh, congratulations, you've been admitted to the school of Dambala. You've been admitted to the higher mysteries of the school of Erzuli Dantor. Voodoo is based on contemplation, meditation, and alchemy. It's not just, oh, I go on the internet, I see this is for Ogu, or this is for this and this for that, and I build an altar. No. Whether you're in Haitian voodoo, whether you're in any tradition, the first thing that I would tell you to do is to take care of the ancestral part, because the ancestral part is the most important. The ancestral parts are the spirit guides. In voodoo, we call them God. In other traditions, they might call them spirit guides. Take care of understanding, what does your birth chart say? What is your mission? What ancestral energy, what astral ancestral energy is anchoring certain frequencies for you to be able to complete your mission. They are your first ancestors, and then you could deal with your broader ancestors. Then once you've gotten that figured out, you have to understand the loi don't eat. You energize the god and you equip the god to be able to to do the back and forth, the energetic back and forth, to be able to keep your roads, to be able to keep your roads open. The loi eat alchemy. You want to offer something to a loi. I'm not talking about the god, to the loi. You want to connect directly with the loi. Let's say you wanna master the fire element, because the loi are here to make alchemists. You have to master the air, fire, water, and earth. Air, your breath. Fire, your blood, your DNA. Earth, your sexual energies. Water, sleep. Remember, you went to 280 days of sleep within the water of your mother's stomach. You have to awaken those things. So now the loi are here to help you master the four elements. You really want to offer something to the loi for 50 days, for 30 days, 50, 30, whatever. It doesn't matter. The number doesn't matter.